All right. Welcome everyone to the Feng Shui Your Love Life workshop with me and Anna Pavlakis. And I'm going to introduce us in a minute. Anyway, so what we're going to do today is we are going to set our goals for our relationships. What relationships do we want to work on, and what do we want to work better in those relationships? Or different, who knows? Then Anna's going to take us through the complete guide to feng shui your bedroom and the relationship area of your home so that the intentions you set will start coming into fruition by making those changes to your home. Then I'll guide us through a group energy healing to clear anything blocking you from living your relationship goal. And then there will be plenty of time for Q&A, so that you can ask all of your feng shui questions, and Anna will answer them to the best of her ability, and her ability is amazing, so it's going to be great. There usually are a lot of questions because everyone can relate to feng shui, because everyone lives somewhere, whether it's your own home, you're renting a place, you live in a hotel room, whatever it is, there is somewhere you sleep, and that is your home right now. All right. So I'm going to introduce myself first, and then I'm going to give it over to Anna to introduce her. My name is Coach Grethe, or Grethe Frimo-Bjorn. I'm in Norway. I've been a law of attraction student for 20 plus years. And for the longest time, I learned about the law of attraction. I understood it. It all made sense to me, even though I'm a scientist. But I found it hard to implement the teachings of the law of attraction. A few years ago, I discovered energy healing and energy psychology, which for me was like finding the key to actually make the law of attraction work. And since then, I've become certified in 4 different energy healing modalities, and I've become a full-time coach and energy healer. I have a master's in biology. I'm specialized in toxicology, and I've worked for 10 plus years in environmental management for the Norwegian military and for the Norwegian airport authorities. I've created the clarity alignment action process, and I'm super passionate about bringing science and spirituality together to help my clients and anyone watching this to manifest their dreams and to create extraordinary results that last. I've manifested my dream man, my dream house, my dream job, cat, TV interview. I've manifested my dream life. And last year, I moved into this new home, and Anna helped me feng shui it. And it's been such a wonderful process, both to learn, to implement, and to see the results that came from making these changes. And also just the feeling that's in the house because of how the energy flows. So that's me now, Anna.
Hey, hello everyone. So good to be here talking about my first great passion in life. Back in the late 1990s, I was living in South Korea, and I didn't know anything about feng shui. Little did I know I had actually been surrounded by it. And when I came back to New York one day, hold on. My computer just tried to restart. No. One day, I was in a yoga studio and in this place called the Open Center, the New York Open Center. And I saw a magazine called Feng Shui. I'd never heard of it before. And I picked it up and I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. It was like, it spoke to everything that I was passionate about. It spoke to interior design, which I had been seriously considering going back to school and studying. It spoke to my passion for nature. It spoke to my deep connection to spirituality and Buddhism and all of this stuff. So it was like everything that I love put together in one thing. And I decided that then and there that I needed to study it. And one thing led to another. And finally, in 2003, I was able to start studying with an amazing group of teachers in New York. And it was a 3-year program. Little did I know, it was teaching me how to become a shaman. I didn't really realize that what I was studying was shamanic Feng Shui, based in the Tibetan Bun religion, which was the pre-Buddhist religion in Tibet. And it's an animistic religion, and it's basically shamanism. And that led me later into the study of Reiki, spiritual healing, ascension, and shamanism. And now I am a full-time shamanic healer and space clearer and Feng Shui consultant. And when I was able to work with Greta last year to help Feng Shui her house, it was really amazing to realize that this can be done long distance. I didn't have to go to her house, and it was amazing. So yes, for the last 20 years, I've been working with clients. I have clients all over the world, and I essentially what I do is move energy and bring the balance and the harmony they need into their lives through Feng Shui, shamanic healing, whatever modality they need. And I love also giving classes like this because I was also an English teacher for 35 years. So doing this kind of stuff really speaks to my passion for being able to share knowledge with you and to transmit the wisdom that I received from my teachers in the lineage that I come from. And yeah, that's me.
Thank you, Anna. And I can really attest to the efficiency of Anna's work. I've been so fortunate to get to work with her, both in the capacities as shamanic healer and Feng Shui consultant. And just a few days ago, I actually spent all day in bed because I was feeling low energy and miserable. And then Anna asked if there was anything she could do to help, and I cried and I said yes. And then she did a session for me and found all sorts of negative energies that I definitely didn't want there, and she helped me release them. And when we were done, I got out of bed, I had lots of energy. She gave me some things to do. So I needed to go shopping, and no problem, I went out shopping. I went and washed my car, which was necessary because it was almost stolen a few days ago, and I needed to kind of wash that energy off the car. So very, very effective and efficient, and just a wonderful experience to benefit from your sessions, Anna. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. As I have benefited from yours. Like the other day, or was it last week, when I just felt like all these blocks come up and everything, and you really helped me to release those and help me shift a lot of energy that I needed to shift. Because even healers need healers, right?
Exactly. We're so blessed to have each other.
Yes, we are. We are.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna stop the share for just a second. Before we move on, I just wanted to know if you have any questions or any concerns you want to bring up before we get started. No? Okay. Then it's time to start creating our goals for what we want to achieve in our relationships. So there we go. So we're going to use my workbook, Create Your Relationship Goal, to start the first step of my 4-step process. The first step is clarity. So getting clarity, and I'm going to mute you, Anna.
Yeah.
But if you want to say something, do unmute yourself and feel free to speak up. So the first step is getting clarity on what you want. The second step is getting into vibrational alignment with your goal, which we're going to do because we're going to do some group energy healing during this workshop. Anna is going to tell us about how to take inspired action to get the energy moving the way we want it to. And we should definitely celebrate. So you've all got, I've sent you the workbook to your email. Did you receive it, or do you need me to put it in the chat? Anna, I did send it to you, but I can still send you, put it in the chat. Let me have a look.
Greta, I don't think you sent us the workbook. Did you? Hold on.
20 minutes before we started, but it doesn't matter. I can put it in the
Okay,
chat.
okay.
Let me have a look. Where is the chat? There it is.
Coach Greta. Oh, there we go.
You got
Yes,
it?
yes, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just now here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got it.
Marilyn's coming in, Anna. I'm letting her in. I'll actually stop the share until Marilyn's come in and maybe she wants to say hi. There it is. Now I've sent it to the chat. So now you should be able to, if you didn't get it. Yeah, and I did not send it to Bonnie or Marilyn. So hi, Marilyn, welcome. I've just put workbook in the chat that we're going to be using for creating our relationship goals. So you can, if you can print it out, that's great. Otherwise, write in your notebook or on your computer. It's going to work either way. Oh, there she is. Hello, Marilyn. Welcome. You're muted, so we can't hear you. But if you want to unmute yourself and say hi, you can. I clicked ask to unmute. There you are.
There I am. I am taking some classes in computer for people who are not 20 anymore. They're saying this is a mouse and this is a pointer. Exactly my speed.
I'm so glad you made it.
Thank you. Thank you. Very pleased to be here.
Welcome. So if you look at the chat, we put a workbook in there, but you can also use a notebook and write everything down there. We've come
Okay.
to the part where we're going to create our goals for our relationships.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm going to mute you and I'm going to share my screen and keep going. Okay.
Okay. Super.
Yeah. Thanks for being here.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
Okay. All right, so let's get started. Before we start filling this out, I actually want to guide you through a meditation to do a little visualization around what you want for your relationships. So if you all can get ready, close your eyes, get comfortable. Start taking deep breaths. Breathing all the way into your belly. Maybe you can breathe even deeper. Breathing all the way into your pelvic floor. Feeling your chest, your belly, and your pelvic floor stretching and expanding as air comes in. And releasing, contracting as air comes out. Again, breathing in and out. But if you want, you can keep breathing this deeply. Or if it's more comfortable to go back to your normal breathing, you can do that. I invite you to put a hand on your heart or just take your attention to your heart. And think of something you love. Maybe it's something about yourself. Maybe it's your cat, your dog. Those lovely shoes that are just right and make you feel so good. That special pine tree. Just something that you really love. Maybe it's feeling the sun on your face when it's starting to get warmer. Now ask yourself today, what are the relationships I want to focus on? Is it manifesting a partner or improving my relationship with my partner? Is it relationships with children, parents, siblings, or other family members? Is it relationships with friends, coworkers, or anyone else in my life? Is it your relationship with yourself? Different aspects of you? Maybe your inner child? Maybe parts of you that you wish you could love more, or that could do with some more love. Now pick the one that you would like to start with and decide what kind of feelings would you like to have towards this person, yourself, or this group of people. Would you like to feel unconditional love, admiration, equality? What would you like to feel? Would you like to feel empowered, invigorated, joyful? Just really decide, what would you like to feel the majority of the time when you're around or when you think about this person or these people? And what activities would you like to do? By yourself or with these people? What are the kinds of activities that bring you joy that you would like to share with someone? And how would you like communication to be between you and this person or these people? Would you like the communication to be clear, kind, honest, in a way that it's safe to express yourself exactly like you are? Do you like it to be joyful, fun, sweet, maybe? And if you disagree, how would you like to feel? Whether it's with yourself, your partner, children, siblings, whoever it is that you're focusing on today, how do you want to feel? You want to feel safe in expressing your mind? You want to feel secure? You want to feel like you understand each other? That you're all focused on finding a solution where everyone's needs can be met? Now, if you would like to manifest a dream partner, this next prompt is for you. I want you to see, for your mind's eye, your dream partner. What do they look like? How do you feel when you're around them? And how do they treat you? What would it feel like to be in a healthy relationship? And how will having healthy relationships with the people that you have decided to focus on, how will it improve your life? As many details as possible. And know that you can be, do, and have anything you want, so this can all be yours. And our next step is going to be to write down our goal. So you can take a couple more deep breaths. Or you come back into here and now. Open your eyes and bring out your notebooks. So Anna just texted me. Her computer is updating and restarting because she had her eyes closed in meditation, so she didn't see the notification. But she'll be back as soon as that's done. Okay. Now I'm going to share my screen. There we go. Good. So what we're going to do now is we're going to fill in the relationship goal. And if you want to adjust this, if you want to do something other than a romantic partner, you can adjust it. So instead of partner, then you can say, for instance, my child or my sibling or whoever it is that you're working on. So the first one is going to be, I am freely giving and receiving love with a partner who is. And you add in the positive traits that you came up with in the meditation and anything else that you want to add. And here, you can write anything you want. So you don't have to hold back and you don't have to be shy. This is yours and you can have whatever you want. So this can be positive traits. It can be if you have any preferences when it comes to looks or how they behave or what they're like. All of that goes in here. So I'm just gonna give you a couple minutes to fill this in. And then if you're done, you can go on to the next one, but I will start reading that out when I've written out mine. Good. So the first one was I'm freely giving and receiving love with a partner who is. And don't be shy. Anything you want, you can write. Once you've done with that, move on to this relationship is healthy, supportive, and helps me to feel. So there you write how you feel. Maybe it's safe, supported, grounded, joyful, happy, inspired, energized. All the things that you would like to feel. Because ultimately, the reason we want something is usually because we think that when we have it, we're going to feel a certain way. Welcome back, Anna. Now with an updated computer. Well done. Once you're done with how you're going to feel, I'm my best self in this relationship. I'm also creating balance in my physical and emotional health and spending time on other things that make me happy, such as. So this is where you put in the activities that you would like to do on an everyday basis. So activities that make you happy. Now, I was wondering if you would be willing to help inspire each other by sharing some of the things that you wrote, because I bet all of the things you wrote I will also want, and then I can add them to my goal. So if we start with the first part, I'm freely giving and receiving love with a partner who is. Would any of you like to share what you wrote?
I will.
Thank you.
Okay, so a partner is loving, kind, generous, appreciative, attentive. That's what I have.
Beautiful. Thank you. And thank you so much for sharing. Did anyone else have anything else to add?
Me.
Yes,
Even
please,
though
Anna.
I did this very quickly
Yeah.
after my update, because I've thought about this a lot. Who is kind, very strong, very masculine, awake, generous, who honors me and my work. And I like that appreciative. So I added that on. And someone who's very confident in his own skin.
Beautiful. Did anyone else have anything to share?
I'll add, I didn't add anything about a male because I'm, done that 3 times. I don't want to do that again. So I'm 70 and I'm ready for some things to happen in my life that I've always wanted.
Mhm.
And so I have been extremely intent lately, and I don't discuss it with a lot of people, but I discuss it in the evenings to my guides. And ever since my childhood, I've had experiences with ufology and ETs and what have you. And so I am ready to get connected with the right people that I can share my story and I can learn from them. It's not just about me sharing what I know, but it's about connecting with the right people that I can learn from, and I can get I really need this, and I need this in my life. And so the feelings that we would have together would be joy and laughter and seriousness, and we're polite when we disagree. And but not only does ufology really excite me, but excuse me, herbology also is very exciting. Biology and herbology, ufology and ETs. And so that is something that I've really and have been intent. In fact, I had an opportunity for one moment to have Linda Moulton Howell reach out to me, and I tried to reach back, but we never connected. But I feel like she's the one I'm supposed to connect with. I might be wrong, but she could be it.
So I'm hearing that you in your life would like to have people in your life who are interested in the same things. You want community.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I want
Ology
to
communities.
sit down with them. I want to be able to talk to them. I want to be able to absorb from them and, and give back to them.
Yeah.
And just have a really meaningful, it would be so exciting. So, yeah,
I
that's
can
what
I can really feel the feelings behind that one, and that's really, really good. So thank you so much for sharing, Bonnie.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Victoria, did you want to share something?
I'm actually way behind you because I have problems with electricity, and I have problems with working in your worksheet because it just doesn't work actually. So now I have to print it out.
Yes, you can't write inside of it, so you actually
Yeah, it was possible to write inside of it, but it just didn't work. It didn't look well, and it was jumping around, and no. So,
Sorry about that.
yeah. So now I'm waiting for the printer to print them out. Yeah, I don't have anything to say right now, actually.
Okay. Well, thank you. Did anyone want to add anything about how they want to feel, or and maybe even activities that you like doing? How do you feel in this relationship?
Again, this is something I've given a lot of thought to. I feel very supported, very loved and cherished and cared for, very honored and respected, and very protected. Yeah.
Very good. It's a lot said in few words.
Mm.
Yeah. Did anyone else want to add anything?
Well, I have, of course, I could say something, but I hadn't written anything down.
So you can say it if you want to.
Yeah, I was just so stressed now because nothing works. But for me, it's very important to have good communication, both in speaking and writing, and just to understand that he can see what I'm talking about and following up in a good way. And I like to laugh and to be safe and have a yeah, as a friend and extremely good lover, and just have a good life and do things we both like go to concerts and traveling, and yeah,
Thank you.
feel like I can be myself completely, and that we can lift each other up, do each other well.
Beautiful. Yeah. Beautiful. I remember when I was single before I met my husband, I was very happy being single, and I decided that if I'm going to be with someone, it's going to have to be better than being single. And that's going to be hard to beat because it was a good life. And I made this long list of what I wanted in a partner. And it's funny because he is a reflection of that list. And the funny thing is, he, on his end, was doing a law of attraction boot camp thing where he woke up at 5 a.m. and he made a list as well. And if we compare lists now, it's like describing each other, which is quite amazing. And a funny point of this is the importance of keeping it positive, because we both had one item on each of our lists where we said, I don't want this. And I said, I don't want him to be a soccer or football fan. So in European, it's football, and in English, in American, it would be soccer. And he wasn't actually very interested in soccer when we met, but after he kind of became interested. But what I didn't want was the bare-bellied guy with a bear on his belly calling out for more beer while eating chips and watching soccer. And he doesn't do that. He can even like do laundry while watching soccer. So, you know, it's all good. So he's a soccer fan in a very charming way. His thing that he did not want was a dancer, and I love dancing salsa. So he also got his not. So the universe doesn't understand negatives. So make sure that whatever's on your list is positive. So if you have a negative, see if you can turn it into a positive so that the universe understands what you want and doesn't bring you what you don't want. So that's an important point. All right. To end the goal, I'm gonna again share my screen. There, now that should be shared. Just need to move this. Okay. So the last sentence of the goal is, this relationship also assists me in nurturing healthy, loving friend and family relationships and keeping all other areas of my life balanced and happy. So that kind of sums it up and makes it like a whole holistic kind of goal. So I encourage you to write it out nicely and maybe print it, or if you write it on a nice piece of paper and put it on your wall or somewhere you can see it, or you review it from time to time. And you can always add more if you want. So it's not like this is set in stone, this is what you're getting. You can always add more, because look for things you like. Look for positive aspects in others. Look for, oh, I can see how he's treating her. That's really nice. That's something I want in my partner. Whether it's people that you see in person, or you're watching TV, or whatever it is, look for positive aspects. All right. So you can always go back and add to your goal, but it's already pretty good for now. In the workbook, there are a few more pages, and we're not going to go through them now, but I encourage you to go through them on your own. So there are a few more questions to think through. And one is inspired action. What is one thing you can do today that will take you in the direction of living your relationship goal? And one thing is you can feng shui parts of your home. So we're going to do that. But I encourage you to look through this. There are a couple of pages about that. And once you're done with that, you've now completed step 1. We're going to do some step 2 and step 3, and we're going to celebrate. If you would like some help speeding this up, manifesting your dream partner, I do offer a program called From Heartbreak to Honeymoon. And anyone interested or curious can go on my website and schedule a free strategy call with me to see what it's about. I've had some amazing results with this, where people have gone from, this is actually where Madison is where I got the program name, because she came to me with a broken heart after being betrayed by a partner and breaking up. And working together, creating a relationship goal, helping her get over the heartbreak and get over that betrayal, feeling safe and trusting again, to a few months later telling me that, hey, I've met someone. We're now in a relationship. He's exactly what we wrote down in your goal. And it's funny because Camilla said the same thing, that her partner, that she found that they now have a child together and they're very happy. She was dating all these bad boys, and they were fun, but they were not husband material or family material. So that's what she wanted. And after working through that, she met this person, and she texted me a while ago, like, I just found our notes and I compared them to Peter and he's it. So that was fun. That went from dating narcissists to spotting the narcissist on the first date to not attracting them at all, and then finding wonderful relationship. And Himanshi struggled with how she felt about herself. So she actually worked a lot on her relationship with herself in order to manifest that partner. Yeah, it's a 5-session program where we get clarity, where we program the subconscious mind, supercharge self-love and self-confidence, release blocks to living your dream relationship, and we create a new epigenetic script for your relationships. Also releasing your heart wall and working towards 100% alignment with that relationship goal. So if your subconscious mind is here and your goal is here, we want to melt them together. So your subconscious mind has the same programming as what you need to support your goal. Until February 28th, I offer $100 off the program when you use the code Valentine at checkout. If anyone is interested can go on my website and schedule a free strategy call to see if this is for them or not. So that's what I had for you about creating the relationship goal. So step 1, getting clarity on what we want, we've done. Now we're going to move on to step 3, which is the action part, which is where the Feng Shui parts come in. And then after we've done that, we're going to go back and remove energetic blocks to creating your dream relationship or improving the relationships that you wanted to work on. Marilyn, did you want to say something? If you want, you can unmute yourself. Let me see if I can ask you to unmute. Now try. Yeah.
Yes. Very quickly, the list. I have done lists and they work, and absolutely you put it all in a positive. But I want to add one little zinger that I have found is very, very important from personal experience. Do another list of all the horrible, maniacal, evil things that a person could do and put them in a positive. Like, you don't want a crazy axe murderer, you don't want a drug addict. I mean, on and on. Someone who's been in jail a lot of times, you know, all kinds of things like that. Strongly recommend that you request someone who's law-abiding, loving, conscious, all kinds of good things like that. I can tell you from experience, I did 11 pages a long time ago. I got everything on all 11 pages, except he didn't like Mexican. I didn't think to add because I never went out with people who did that stuff. And I got people who did that stuff. So just want to add that, my take on it. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that, Marilyn. So
You're welcome. You can talk to Anna about that one.
to summarize then, think of all the things that you don't want and then turn them into the positive. So you don't want someone going to jail. You want someone law-abiding,
Yes.
mentally sane, all of that. Thank you. All right, Anna, are you ready to take over?
Not possessed by demons. Yes, you're welcome.
Good point. Oh, sorry. I muted you. I thought I was asking you to unmute, but I muted you.
Okay. Yes. I think you need to make me host in order for me to share my screen.
Done.
And then we don't have to worry about my computer updating again. So, yay. And guys, or ladies, we will take a break at some point because this is, you know, a lot of stuff to digest. So I don't know, somewhere halfway through my thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Am I the host yet?
I made you co-host, so
Okay.
you should
So I should be able to share my screen.
Yeah.
Okay. 1 second. Let me know if you can see it. Yes?
I can see it.
You can see
Perfect.
it? Okay, great.
Yep.
Cool. All right. So I love this picture because this picture kind of represents to me the kind of relationship that I you know, most would like to have. It's a couple just living their best life, having fun, you know, without any kind of pretense. They're just in their element and they're in a really joyful space. And I really liked that. So thank you so much, Greta, for that wonderful intention setting. And I want to say that it's so important when you want to manifest something. And it's important with Feng Shui to be very, very clear about what you are trying to manifest. A lot of people do Feng Shui. They implement different, cures or remedies, and they don't get the results that they want. And 9 times out of 10, it's because they're not clear on what it is they're trying to manifest. They think if they stick a crystal somewhere or put a fountain somewhere or a plant, boom, it's done. But if it's not done with intention and clarity around what it is you're trying to achieve, the chances of it working are very, very reduced. Maybe it'll do something, but when you combine it with your intention and clarity, then things can really shift. So I wanted to say that. That's one reason why I thought it was so important that what Grethe just did with us, because getting very, very clear on this is going to help us with our goals. So, all right. So I said in the introduction before that I stumbled across Feng Shui by accident in a bookstore in the New York Open Center when I came across this magazine and how it combined everything that I love. And I had never heard of it, even though I had lived in Asia for 4 years. I'd never heard of it. And basically, people think Feng Shui is very woo-woo. It's very practical in many ways, or it is very practical. The Chinese are very practical people. So don't put your bed in the middle of the highway. That's Feng Shui. So what it is, it's an ancient system, and it is ancient. We're talking at least 5,000 years old, probably older, that is to create the best possible conditions to live and thrive. That is essentially what it's about. And most cultures have some version of it. In India, they call it Vastu. And while they're not exactly the same, there are a lot of similarities, a lot of parallels. So pretty much every culture has its own version of Feng Shui, even though people might not be aware of it, and certainly probably don't call it that. And even animals use it. When you think of a bird creating a nest, or an animal creating a burrow, a hole or somewhere to raise its young, that's it. They're finding the best place to have babies that will grow up and thrive and not get killed by predators. So they're actually implementing Feng Shui. They're finding the safest place, the place that has the resources that they need, so that they can live, and they can thrive, and they can have babies. So it's very, very practical. And a Feng Shui practitioner is adjusting your space, and your space can be anything, really. Your home, your business, your boat, your car, whatever your space is. But in this case, we're really focusing on the home according to your individualized needs. Okay, there's no like one blanket Feng Shui. It's very much tailored to the individual, and also to the nature of the space, the purpose of the space, and so on, with the goal to improve the flow of qi, or energy. Okay, qi is the term that we use for energy. It's not exactly the same thing, but it's the life force that goes through everything. And the result is that you feel better in the space, and the space then works for you instead of against you, which is, I think, something that we don't always realize, that our space could be working against our goals, against the things that we're trying to manifest, if you don't have it set up properly. Okay, does that make sense? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Whole lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely. So, okay. So the first thing we need to talk about is the Bagua. I'm actually going to move this over here. Okay. So there are certain fundamentals in Feng Shui that you must understand before we get into all the things you can do in your house. Okay. So we start with the Bagua. The Bagua is the map of energy, the map of the elements, the map of everything. And I'm just going to go through each part of it. We're going to go around the circle. So the Bagua, each of these little sections is called a gua. Okay. And this is, as you can see, each one has its own different meaning, its own different color, its own different direction. And this one also contains the Chinese words for each of them. So we're going to start with the first one, which is Kan. I don't know, can you see my pointer? I think, can you see my pointer? Yep, okay.
Yes.
So Kan is the one that we usually start with, okay? And this really should be black rather than this dark blue, but it can be dark blue. This is the part of the Bagua that focuses on your career or your life path, okay? And it's associated with the element of water. And we're going to talk about the elements later, but just so you know, it's associated with the element of water and the direction of the north, okay? And the color of this is black, or can be a very dark blue. The next one here is called Gun, which is mountain, okay? And the direction for that is northeast. And this is the part of the Gua that represents knowledge, wisdom, can be spirituality as well, and so on. It says skills here, but I generally would substitute spirituality and deep knowledge, deep wisdom. You can think of, you know, the hermit in the mountain, you know, or the sage who lives in the mountains. I always think of that when I think of this. So that's that part of the Bagua. Then this one here, okay, Jun is the element of thunder, and this is the east, and the element here is of wood, and this is your family, your ancestors, and you can think of it as your foundation, where you come from, okay? Everything that you come from, your ancestral lineage, this is all here, okay? And the element here is wood, okay? Or tree, sometimes they call it tree. And it's the wood that is in its prime, that's strong wood, okay? Is this clear so far? Yeah, okay. Then the next one is the one everybody asks about, one of the two that everybody always asks about, the abundance Gua, the prosperity, the wealth. Okay, this is Jun, and it is the element of wind, and it's the southeast. So this is, where's my money? Where my money at? Okay, that's here. And the color associated with this is purple. And as you can see here, the color here is green, and this is purple. This is also, it says wind, but it's also wood, okay? And this wood would be the young wood, like the sprouts coming up in the spring that are softer and more bendable. So yeah, that's your abundance corner of your house or of your space. Then here we get to Li, which is the element of fire. And the direction associated with that is the south. And this is your fame, your reputation, how you are seen in the world. How people regard you, okay? This also, in terms of the body, this governs the eyes, okay? Which is interesting because you could see the connection there. And it also, it's a very wide-reaching energy. Like this is the kind of thing that could spread, right? So when you're dealing with this energy, it's really an energy that's projecting outwards into the world, hence fame and reputation. The one we're concerned with the most, but I'm still going to go through all of them, is this one, Gun, which is the element of earth, soft earth, like clay. Okay, like more the thing you would make something out of that's more malleable. The direction is southwest. This is relationships, love, marriage, and it's related to the mother because it is the most yin of all the Guas. Okay, So the most yin, the most receptive energy. So yin energy is receptive, yang energy is masculine and directed outwards. So, and you can see here the color associated with this is pink. And we're going to talk lots more about that. Then here we get to Dui. And the element associated with this is metal. That's the direction of the West. This is creativity, the future, children, future projects, anything you want to give birth to. Play. It's also a very playful energy. So this is where you have fun, right? The energy of fun and play and creativity, all that great stuff. And the element associated with that with metal is metal, and the color is white. Then down here, we get to this gua, which is called helpful people. It could also be mentors, travel, especially international travel. And this is the most yang of the guas, so it's related to the father. Okay, so this one is very kind of, the energy of this one's a bit harsh, right? Get your ducks in a row, okay? This is the energy of a very efficient personal assistant. Or somebody like that, somebody who or a manager, somebody who makes sure that you get your stuff all together. And that's Jen. Okay, so this is the Bagua. And then we have in the center, very important, is the Tai Chi area. Now, this is not its own separate gua. It is and it isn't. As you can see, this is connected to all of the other guas, and it's in the middle. And this is representing health and well-being. But it's also connected to all of the others, because if you don't have your health, you don't have anything, as people like to say, right? So what is the point of having the abundance and prosperity, the fame, the love, the great career, whatever, if your health is shit, right? So this one is super, super important, and the color associated with this is yellow, okay? There are 3 earths, this, and this, okay? 3 different types of earth, 2 different types of wood, 2 different types of metal, oops, and it's the next slide. All right, moving on to this one. This is another way to see the Bagua. Another way to see the Bagua is this way, which I call the tic-tac-toe grid. So a lot of people find this easier to manage, but I wanted to give you the harder one first, and then this one seems easy afterwards. So if you can understand the other one, this one should be super easy. So same thing, this is career, the color is black, the element is water, knowledge and wisdom, blues and greens are the colors associated with that. Family, physical health, ancestors, the wood element, greens, flowers, stripes because of the shape of trees. I like that. Then we have wealth and prosperity with the color purple. It says blues and reds here, but just say purple, okay? Fame and reputation, red, reds and fiery oranges. The element is fire. Love and relationships, pinks, reds and whites. We're going to talk about that. Children and creativity, white and very soft pastels, metal element. And travel and helpful people, grays and silver. And then in the center, spiritual health and well-being, yellows and earth tones, and it's the earth element. Is this clear? Yeah. Okay, it's important. So if you have a question, let me know now. We're good?
My only question would be whether this is a good place to take a little break.
I was thinking that because this is a lot to process. So if you guys don't have any questions, let's take a break. How long do you want to take a break, Greta?
I'm thinking 10 or 15 minutes. What do you feel?
Yeah, I think that would be good.
Anna,
Long.
when
Yeah,
you
let's
come,
close the question. Yes.
sorry, yes. I
Yeah.
was wondering, is there a relationship to the chakra system and the Bagua? When you come back from the break, you can answer that.
Yeah, I'll give you the answer now. Not
Okay.
exactly, not exactly. It's not, but you know what I said, how every culture has its own version of Feng Shui, right? So the culture, you know, in India and so forth, where the chakra system comes from, that it's very, very important. So yes and no, but directly, no. Directly, there isn't, but you certainly could layer that on here to add a dimension of richness to it, but it's not strictly Feng Shui.
But interestingly, I mean, the elements are like the 4 elements, the fire, the earth, the air, but then there's also like 3D elements of like the actual physicality, the metal, the wood, etc. Do you see? It's a mixture, isn't it?
Yes.
So it's mixing the 3D aspects with the what we know as the other 4 elements.
Oh, I like that. I
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. Thinking about it that way can add a richness to it, and then you can just see how these are really universal truths. This is just universal wisdom, just in different, you know, forms. Yeah, really good question. Okay. So yeah, let's take a break.
Until 35. When the clock says 35,
Okay.
whatever time zone you're in,
Because we're all in different time zones.
is that okay with everyone? Is that enough time for your break?
Good for me. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to be back here at 35.
So welcome back. I hope your break was what you needed it to be. So we talked about the Bagua, and everybody's clear on that concept, which is very fundamental. So what the Bagua is it's a map, okay? And it's a map that you lay over the floor plan of your home. This is why I strongly advise for you guys to bring a floor plan, or even sketch it out kind of quickly, because we're going to be taking a look at how this applies to your space. So in Black Tantric Buddhism Feng Shui, which is the school of Feng Shui that I studied, the Bagua is always oriented to the front door. We don't focus that much on directions, although they're there, as you could see in the other Bagua. Wait, why can't I? Oops, no, how do I go back? There. As you can see in this Bagua, it included the directions, right? Just so you guys know, I tend not to focus that much on directions, although they are there. But this Bagua, I think, is an easy one to work with, and it can stretch to fit the floor plan of your home, okay? So this is how one could place it over the home. So just to go back for a second, so your front door, everything's oriented to the front door. So your front door will be in one of these 3 lower guas, either in knowledge and wisdom, career, travel, and helpful people, okay? If it's in another place, you're not placing it correctly, okay? So just think of where the front door is in your home, and it should fall into one of these 3, okay? Knowledge and wisdom, career, or travel and helpful people. So here, in this floor plan, the front door is here, which is in the career section, okay? Life path, career. You'll notice that there's a deck, an outer deck, and a back deck, okay? Generally speaking, if it is uncovered, it is not considered part of your home. If it is covered or enclosed in some way, it is. That's a general rule of thumb, okay? So you can see here that there's a little extra part here in this gua, which is in the love and relationships one. This is called a projection. So that means this part of the Bagua has a little bit of extra energy, okay? Which could be very good.
Anna, can I just ask a question about this orientation?
Sure.
Okay, if the front door is at career then are you looking at it from outside looking in?
Yes.
So, or
You're
you sitting
standing at the front door.
so from the outside looking in?
Yeah, or at the front door looking in. Yep, exactly.
In. Okay.
Yep. And this could be applied to each floor of the house as well. It could also be applied to the entire property. This could be applied to anything. Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
If you have 2 floors of your house and your entrance is on the first floor, how do you orient the Bagua on the second floor?
This is when you hire a professional. Because it depends. Okay. Generally speaking, it still goes by where the front door is. But if you're going up the stairs and it feels like the entrance is somewhere else, it can possibly be different. This is where it gets into a very tricky area, and it's a case-by-case situation. Yeah.
Okay.
And you can actually adjust. This is kind of getting into very technical territory, but you can adjust a place and move the front door energetically. I had to do that in one apartment, create an energetic doorway, because the one that was actually there wasn't really beneficial. However, that's a whole other thing. But yeah, that's a really good question. Generally speaking, it's still based on the front door. However, in certain types of homes where it really feels like it's a separate entrance getting into the top, you might have to lay the Bagua in a different way.
Sorry, Anna. Linked to Greta's question, because in the UK, quite often the living space is downstairs. You have stairs and upstairs is the bedroom. So do you put 2 Baguans, like one on each floor, when you're assessing the space? That's okay. Okay.
And you do it for each room. Okay. So first, let's just look at this one kind of quickly. So here, the front door opens into this big main space, and the whole main space encompasses all of this area. So the career, self, knowledge and wisdom, family, ancestors, health. Okay. And then here there's a playroom, which is in abundance and wealth, and also going into the dining room. And then here the kitchen is in fame and reputation, which is kind of interesting because that's the area governed by the element of fire. And then here is the bedroom, which is in the relationships corner, which is generally a very favorable placement, but not everybody's home has their bedroom in the relationship corner, right? I mean, the majority of places probably don't. If you're lucky enough to have your bedroom in the relationship corner, ooh, you can do lots with that. Like some people I know.
Well, I feel very blessed to have that. Plus, my home is on 1 floor.
Yeah.
So I don't have the conundrum of what to do with the Bagua on the second floor. But yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Then here is another bedroom and an office in the children area. This is a good area for an office. And then helpful people travel, and then here, okay? So this is this person's home. So likewise, you can apply it to an individual room, okay? Again, orienting it to the door. Okay, here the door goes into the knowledge and wisdom gua. This happens to be an office. And so each part of the office has its own corner, right? So we've got the wealth, the fame and reputation, love and marriage, creativity, unity, or the center one, right? Health and the Tai Chi. Here you've got helpful people, career, water. Okay, so you can place it on a room as well, and you should place it on a room. So the Bagua is not just for the whole house; it's for each individual room. And sidebar, you can also feng shui your desk. You can place the Bagua on your desk. You could do it in your car. You could do it on your body. It's a map of life. So its uses are pretty much, anything you could think of.
Anna, sorry.
No.
In the bedroom, so how do we know? Okay, we're orientating it where the door is. We got the map over. So how do we know what to put in each aspect? Like where would the bed be? Which direction should it face? That's what I want
We're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. Yeah, don't worry. Good question. Excellent question. All right, so we're clear on this, yeah? More or less? Good? Okay. So the next thing we have to understand, this is crucial, is the 5-element theory. Okay, so in Chinese philosophy, there are 5 elements. Now, in other philosophies, there are 4. Sometimes there are, more. Right? In the Chinese one, there are 5. And I want to go over this because the adjustments you make are very much, it's very important that the elements be balanced and that you bring in the correct element for what you want to do. So let's just, so we have first the productive cycle, okay? So water produces wood or feeds wood, okay? So if you want to increase your wood, give it some water, right? Wood feeds the fire. Wood produces fire. Fire produces earth, right? Because when you burn the fire, you get ashes, okay? Then earth, from the earth, you get metal, right? And from metal, you get water. And Professor Lin Yun used to say it's because the water, you get condensation on metal, right? Water condensation on metal. So you can think of it that way. So that's the productive cycle. So if you want to make more of something, right, you add the element that will produce more of it. However, there's also the controlling aspect. So you can have too much of something in a house, okay? And then you can counteract that by adding a controlling element. So water puts out fire, right? Fire melts metal. Metal chops wood. Think of an axe, okay? And wood pokes through the earth. Okay, if you think of a tree coming up through the earth, it will overcome the earth by coming up through it. Okay, and earth controls water. Okay, every river, stream, lake, it has earth around it to contain it. Or if you have an earthenware cup, it's holding liquid, it's holding water. So it's containing it so that it doesn't spread all over the place. Okay. But because when you think everything is yin and yang, there's another way to think about this that I think is extremely important, is that when you're feeding something, okay, or when you're controlling something, you are actually draining it a little bit. So water puts out fire, yeah, but it takes a lot of energy to do that, right? So the energy of the water is actually being drained a bit as it puts out the fire, okay? Fire melts metal, yes, but the energy needed to melt the metal drains the energy of the fire a bit. So you can see here with the blue and red arrows, it goes both ways, okay? Because in order to overcome something, you're expending energy. So if you have too much fire, right, you could add water because it'll put out the fire, right? But it will also, in another way, drain it a little bit. And I don't want to get like too deeply into this because this is a whole field of study, but I just wanted to give you the overall understanding of how these elements work. Okay, is this clear? Let me know if you have a question. It's clear? Yeah, Marilyn knows that I love the elements. That's just was the first thing that I ever really gravitated towards in Feng Shui. I just really feel these elements in my being. So, okay. So now get clear. Get clear. So before implementing any feng shui cures or adjustments, it is important to get clear, okay? As we just did with Grethe, first you need to get clear about what your goals are for any of your, whatever feng shui goal you have. Here we're talking about relationships and love life. So get clear about what your goals are for your love life and relationships. And hopefully now, after Grethe's great thing, you are maybe clearer about what you want to achieve. And you will continue to get clear as you work with that, with the material that she gave you. So get clear here, okay? But then you need to clear your space, right? You really should clear your space before you do any feng shui cures. So clear it both physically and energetically, okay? Physically, declutter. I did a space clearing the other day for someone, and there was so much stuff in this house, so much stuff. And when you have all of this stuff, you're not making room for what you want to bring in. So here we're focusing on relationships and love life. So get rid of the old love mementos and letters from your former lovers or your ex-husband or whatever. Okay, unless it's something that makes you feel really good. But if it is something you feel like you want to hold on to because it's a very cherished, beautiful memory, I mean, that's fine. I'm not saying to get rid of that, but don't put it in your relationship section or in your bedroom. Put it somewhere else. Put it somewhere else. Maybe put it in the family area or the helpful people area, but don't put it there. But certainly if it's something that brings back bad memories of like when your ex cheated on you or whatever, get rid of it. Why would you want that in your house? Any like gifts from your exes that, you know, even if it's practical, if it brings to mind that person in any kind of a negatively charged way, get rid of it. Because anything you're holding on to, okay, from the past is keeping you from manifesting what you want because you're not giving it room, okay? If the romance corner of your house or of your bedroom or both is full of clutter, you are not allowing access to that energy that you are trying to bring in. How's it going to come in if there's no room for it? So really think about that, okay? And anything negatively charged in your home, anything that you don't love. Who's that woman, Marie Kondo? If it sparks joy, keep it. And if it doesn't spark joy, get rid of it. Well, there's a lot of truth to that. A lot of truth to that. You know, like some people hold on to things that like their ex-mother-in-law gave them, some horrible painting that they hate. Why would you keep that? You know, you don't need to have anything that you don't love. So declutter physically. Then energetically do a space clearing. If you can hire a professional, that's the best thing to do. Because, and this I've learned, often it's hard to clear your own stuff, right? You drew your home to you. So you're definitely working with your psychology and your mind as you drew your home to you. So you might be blind to some of the stuff that's there. Negative energies, entities, whatever. So if you can hire a third party to come in and do it, somebody who's neutral, okay? I have hired Marilyn to come to my home and do a space clearing in New York back when I lived there for 2 houses. I said, you need to do it for me because I can't do it myself. I had her clear my father's apartment when we were trying to sell it because I knew it was too close to home for me and I needed somebody who was neutral to come and do it. So if you can hire a pro, it's best. However, you can do it yourself to some degree. Burning sage, burning orange peel, burning frankincense, copal, palo santo, and all of that with a lot of intention, ringing bells, banging drums, clapping, all these things to unstick the energy, okay? Waving a stick of incense around is not going to do anything. All right. Again, having very strong intention is important. Visualizing the place getting clear. Okay. So these things are very important before you try to implement any Feng Shui cures. Clear? Yeah. Okay. So next, take a good look. So we often don't realize the messages that we're giving ourselves in our homes. We don't realize this. So let's take a look at this. Do you have any artwork showing a lonely person? My Feng Shui teacher, when he came to my house, asked me why I had a picture of a lone woman in blues, like kind of sad looking blues. You know, this woman, I loved the painting, it was beautiful. But he's like, why do you have this in your house if you're trying to manifest a relationship? What are you telling yourself? Do you have artwork that shows any fighting or some kind of conflict? One of my Feng Shui teachers said that he had a client who had like war paintings like in front of their bedroom or something like that. Like, no, having that kind of, it's not a good idea. Very important. What do you see when you open your eyes in the morning? What is the first thing you see? That's very important because it's going to set the tone for your day energetically. And does it make you feel good? Okay. Try to arrange it so that the first thing you see when you open your eyes, and of course, we have different positions when we sleep, but when you open your eyes, what you see is pleasing to the eye, uplifting. Okay, not something jarring or ugly or something that gives you stress or anything like that. Do you have a picture of your father or mother in the bedroom? If so, why? I mean, you really want mom and dad there with you in your intimate moments or in your intimate moments to be that you're trying to create? Or near the door to your bedroom. Again, one of my teachers said that someone had a picture of like her father right outside of her, looking like stern, right outside of her bedroom. Like, can you imagine you're bringing home some prospective hot lover and and just as you're about to get into the bedroom, you see this, the father looking like, what are you doing to my daughter? No. Or do you have a picture of that in your romance corner, in your living room or wherever in your house? Okay. So think about, you know, what would be the appropriate place for those photos in your family and ancestors area. Okay. Or maybe even in helpful people, but preferably in family and ancestors, not in your bedroom, and certainly not in your romance corner. And looking at your bedroom some more, does your bedroom look inviting or is it a mess? Is it full of stuff? Are there obstacles on the floor? Do you have to climb over stuff to get to the bed? Do you have to climb up a ladder? I can't stand those loft beds where you have to climb up. Like, it shouldn't take that much effort to go to bed, you know, or to bring a lover to your bed. Do you make your bed? It's not very appealing when you bring someone home and your bed's a mess with your old dirty sheets or whatever. Okay. Is your bed covered with tons of pillows? I've heard this is especially, I think, a female thing where, you know, and men can't stand this. They're like, oh my God, you know, my girlfriend, she's got all these pillows. And to get to the bed, we have to take off like 5 million pillows. You don't need all those pillows there. Or is it covered with stuffed animals? That's like a thing here in Spain. People put stuffed animals all over the place. Again, is that inviting to romance? Think about it. Keep looking. So what kind of bedding do you have? Right? Is it scratchy and pilled and rough, full of polyester? Or have you invested in high thread count sheets and good pillows and soft blankets and duvets? You know, I know like in the United States, you could get these things at Marshall's and TJ Maxx, you know, for really good prices, really good quality things. Does your bedding match and look harmonious, or does it clash? Do you have all different things, you know? And is the design inviting romance or at least good sleep? Or is it harsh or chaotic? Like when I see like geometric shapes and primary colors and sharp, you know, shapes, and I've seen bedding like that, I'm like, how can anybody sleep with that on their bed? Stripes, like, you know, I mean, soft stripes maybe, but generally speaking, in Feng Shui, you don't want to have striped bedding. It's not great. And I always think it looks like a prison uniform anyway. So not a big fan of that in general. Does your bed look like the bed of an adult woman or a man, or is there something childlike about it? A lot of adults have that. And I'm not judging, it's just something you need to think about, to be aware of, to bring to your consciousness. Do you love your Star Wars or Little Mermaid sheets? Maybe you do, but think about what that's telegraphing. What is that saying to any prospective suitors and to the world? Okay. Is your bed pushed against a wall so that you can only get in on one side? I've seen that a lot here in Spain. I've had to sleep in beds like that on occasion. I don't like it. You want to have room on either side, if at all possible. Now, sometimes, especially in very small spaces, like some New York City apartments and so on, there's not much that can be done about that. But it's actually can cause health problems. It's okay for a child to have a bed pushed to the wall. It actually makes them feel secure. But for an adult, it's not a great thing because it can cause problems on one side of the body because the energy is blocked. Okay. And do you have two preferably matching nightstands on either side of the bed with two matching lamps, or is it a mishmash of things? I was guilty in the past of having two different nightstands, but I had two matching lamps. Yeah. So Feng Shui likes symmetry, Okay. And we're still looking. What exactly is in your romance corner of your bedroom? That's possibly the most important place really in your home, is the romance corner of your bedroom. I mean, of your whole house, it's important, but your bedroom in particular, I think, in my opinion. One client had an enormous cat tree. It was huge. And shockingly, her biggest relationship was with her cat. She had no other relationship with her and that cat, man, you know? And if that's what you want, if that is the most important relationship to you and you want to keep it that way, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying, be aware. If you're looking for a partner, look at these things, okay? What's in the romance corner of your house? Okay, another client has his laundry room there, okay, which is not ideal, but it has to be somewhere, right? So his happened to be in his romance corner, and it was a projection. I told him, don't keep your dirty laundry there. You do not want your dirty laundry in your romance corner. I said, make sure you only use it to actually just wash the clothes. Keep everything closed up. Keep it clean and tidy. Don't use it to store stuff. And you know, you could put a picture of romantic couple or something in there if you like. I said, but most importantly, don't keep your dirty laundry in there. Keep it clean and tidy, and like keep the doors closed when not in use. Do you have religious or spiritual images in your bedroom or romance corner? Generally speaking, this is not a good thing, okay? I'm thinking about when I went to visit my father's cousin. They were like very strict Greek Orthodox. I was shown to a bedroom that was belonged to their son who was away. And it was just covered with crucifixes and Jesus on the cross, Mary. And I just felt like Jesus was looking at me the whole time. Again, not an ideal thing to have in your bedroom. What is under your bed? Preferably nothing, okay? Because the chi needs to circulate. It's better for your health. A lot of people use the underneath of their bed for storage. That is not recommended. However, if you do have to store something there, store bedding. Your sheets, your towels, or just your sheets and blankets and things like that, okay? Try not to put shoes under your bed, or certainly not old love letters. Don't put your tax records under your bed, work related items under your bed. You're sleeping on top of that energy, okay? So yeah. What kind of bed do you have? Do you have a proper bed? Do you have a mattress on the floor? Do you have a futon? What kind of bed do you have? Is it soft or hard? You know, I mean, like, how do you feel in it? Is it the kind of mattress you want? You know, does it have sharp edges around it? There's a trend of these like platform beds that have really sharp edges as you're getting. I don't know how people can do that without, you know, banging their leg and getting black and blue. I don't know how people get in. I was in a Airbnb once that had a bed like that. My legs were black and blue.
Happened to me too.
Right? I
Yeah.
don't understand.
Can't stand it.
You know, unless you're super tall or something, but even that, it's not a good design. So your bed should be easy to get in and out of. Do you have a TV in your bedroom? You have an office in your bedroom. Sometimes that can't be helped, right? In smaller spaces, sometimes you have to have an office in your bedroom. Okay, but can it be somewhere else? Right? These are all things to really look at. Okay, any questions so far?
I have a comment. It just sounds like there's actually a lot you can do just by removing things, and we haven't even started talking about what to add yet. So, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that is, I think, a huge part of it. I think that's a really important and huge part of it, is getting rid of stuff. But first looking, really looking, because the mind and the eyes and everything, this is a vitally important component to things, right? Because you're telegraphing to your subconscious by everything that's around you. So making sure that it's the right thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point. All right. So now I want to talk about something called peach blossom luck. This is fun. So has anybody ever heard of this? I know Marilyn has. Peach blossom luck, yeah. So I don't remember what the word is in Chinese, but this is a type of energy or luck that you're born with. So some people have it, some people don't. So peach blossom luck is something that you're either born with or not. It's in your Chinese 4 pillars astrology. So some people have great peach blossom luck, and to find that out, you get a Chinese astrology consultation. What it means is that it's super easy for you to attract lovers. They're following you, running, chasing you, but not just lovers. It could be meaningful relationships of all kinds. People are drawn to you, okay? And it's not really about what you look like. You don't have to be beautiful or handsome to have peach blossom luck, right? Have you ever seen somebody that is kind of ugly, but like a guy's got like women crawling all over him, or a woman who just always has these men running after her, even if she's not conventionally beautiful? That person has peach blossom luck. So it's something that you are born with. However, even if you aren't, good news, you can activate it to some degree. Okay, if you have like no peach blossom luck, you can bring some in through the power of Feng Shui. So, how to improve your peach blossom luck? Number one, paint your bedroom peach, the color peach. Maybe that's not everybody's favorite color for a bedroom, but my teacher always said, you can always change the paint, but when you're looking for love, paint your bedroom peach. Okay, he's just like, just paint your bedroom peach. You can also change your bedding color to peach. Okay, and add peach accents to your decor. If you do all of these things all together and make your bedroom super peach, you're responsible for the consequences. You could also decorate it with imitation peach. I'm assuming imitation because it's a little hard to get real peach blossoms, but if you can, that's great. And a natural way to have peach blossom luck, sort of just the automatic way that it's activated, is if you have a view from your bedroom of like flowers that are in bloom, lush flowers, that is natural peach blossom luck. So that's a wonderful thing. If you happen to have that, you're very lucky. If you can plant them, great. Now, this is if you are not in a relationship, okay? This is when you're looking for love. All right. Once you find the one, once you find your soulmate, then you need to get rid of the peach, okay? Because then you probably get cheated on. Okay, too much peach blossom luck. So I do know somebody who learned this the hard way. She didn't know about peach blossom luck, and she had, her whole bedroom was peach, and she had lots of boyfriends, but all of them like ended up cheating on her, betraying her, and she didn't know why. And once I explained to her about peach blossom luck, she was like, oh. But that was after she had finally met a good guy, right? And then moved out of the apartment. So yeah, so be careful. Peach is powerful. Be careful with your peaches. There's also a very traditional remedy for peach blossom luck. It's a very Chinese traditional thing. So first you have to know your Chinese astrological sign. So I'm a dragon. So I have a peach blossom animal, which is the rooster. So if I get a rooster figurine and place it in the West with intention, okay, very clear on what I'm bringing in, with prayers, intention, so on, then I am activating my peach blossom animal, which can activate the peach blossom luck. So if you are a rabbit or a boar or pig or a sheep, your peach blossom animal is the rat. I know it doesn't sound very romantic, but these are the animals in Chinese astrology. And you would place the rat in the north. Okay. If you are a rat or a monkey or a dragon, like me, you would place a rooster in the west. It's not a chicken, it's a rooster. Okay, they're not the same. If you're a snake or a rooster or ox, then your peach blossom animal is the horse, and you would place that in the south. And if you are a tiger, tiger, horse, or dog, your peach blossom animal is the rabbit, and you place that in the east. Okay. Full disclosure, I've never tried this, but I'm thinking maybe I should. Yeah, time for me to get a rooster. Yep. Ooh, I know exactly where I would put it. Okay. Any questions on that? No? Everybody's writing this one down, right? Yeah, it's a good one.
I'm figuring out my sign.
Ah, I forget what you are. Are you a? Yeah, I don't remember what you are.
Is it based on your year?
Yeah, that's based on your year.
So 1983, I'm a pig.
Okay. So
And
you
it's not
need,
on here.
yeah, boar.
Boar.
Pig. Yeah. Yeah, here they call it boar, but it's also pig. It's the same.
Yeah,
So
boar
you
sounds
need,
better.
you need a rat.
Or I need a rat. Thanks.
If you want to increase your peach blossom luck.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I need a rooster.
I'm putting a link to where I found the years and the animals in the chat.
Great.
Mm.
Yeah, you just plug in your year of birth and your birthday. Sidebar, to calculate your Chinese astrology, if you were born, it doesn't end on December 31st. It ends on when the
Ah,
next Chinese New Year started that in that year. So if you were born in early January, you're almost certainly still in the year before. Okay.
and I'm a dog.
Well, if you did in the calculator and it gave you that, they already factored that in.
I
Okay.
just studied the years, so I probably need to put in the calculator.
Yeah, definitely. Because the date of the Chinese New Year is different every year. Okay, so if it's very early January, usually the Chinese New Year hasn't happened yet. It's usually later in January, or even February sometimes. So do check that. Yeah. So a lot of people think that they're for the calendar year, but it has to do with the animal year and when that ends. Yeah, because we had when did the Chinese New Year start this year? The 21st, I think. Yeah, something like that. And there's also February 4th is officially the start of the new lunar calendar. So if you just do it in a calculator, it'll tell you.
I put a calculator in the chat now. It turns out I'm a dog.
Okay. Okay. So you need a rabbit? Yeah. Okay. All right, moving on. Crystals. Okay. So I love using crystals, well, in anything. I'm not like a crystal fiend. But if you remember in the Bagua, the love and romance section is the earth element. Okay. So crystals are a really wonderful way to work with enhancing that energy because they are the earth elements. You're using earth in the earth element. So which crystals can you use? Okay, generally speaking, pink and green. Green is also like the heart chakra. We were talking about the chakras earlier. Now, you know, in very, very traditional Feng Shui, they're not all about like the new age crystals and stuff. However, you know, we've brought all of this knowledge together into something. And yes, you can use crystals. So you can use rose quartz like this. And you also have, I brought with me this nice little rose quartz point, and then this smooth rose quartz here. You can use ruby. Ruby is a nice one for that. Rhodochrosite, which looks like this. I don't know if you can see that. Pink tourmaline. Kunzite, which is often mistaken for rose quartz, but it's a little bit more purple and it's harder and it's more precious. pink topaz, emerald, and other like greenish kinds of stones. I'm wearing a bracelet that has, I don't know if you can see this, but it's got rose quartz and rhodochrosite and some green stone. I don't remember what it is. So those kinds of things. So other green stones you could use or something like that. Soft greens, emeralds, okay? Because this can all work with the heart chakra. Rhodochrosite is particularly good for self-love, unconditional self-love. Rose quartz is great for any work you're doing around love, whether it be self-love or romance. But rhodochrosite is, and also kunzite, are very, very good when you're working with your inner child, healing your inner child, unconditional self-love. Those are very beautiful stones to work with for that. Yeah. So how to use crystals. So again, you need to use your intention. So first make sure that you have charged them, cleaned them, first clean them. You can clean them by having running water on them. You can also use sea salt water, but not for every type of crystal. Some of them can't handle it. You can clean them with smudge like sage, copal, frankincense, okay? You can also clean them by putting them in the sun. I personally, one of my favorite things to do is the ones that can be in salt water, I put sea salt or even burying them in sea salt and put them in a big bowl of water and put them out in the sun. And then they love it. But you could also even bury them in the earth. Some that can't handle being in water or maybe not in the sun so well, you can place them in the earth and bury them in the earth, okay? So a wonderful thing to do is to take 2 heart-shaped rose quartz crystals, and those are very easy to find. You could do it with other of the suggested crystals. It doesn't have to be rose quartz, but I think that that's a very easy one to find. And you place that in your bedroom, next to your bed, or in your romance area. And again, with intention, okay? Don't just place them there, right? As you're placing them, maybe look back at what you wrote today and are going to continue working with, right? And speak it out, okay? Carry it, wear it, you know, and again, with intention. If you program the crystal to help open your heart, help you heal from heartbreak and so on, and also writing things down. So one thing you could do is in the present tense, writing down, I am so happy that I'm in love with, and then the person that you are bringing into your life. And then you could take a crystal, preferably a heart-shaped one, and place it in the northwest or in the romance corner, wherever that is in your home or in your bedroom. Another thing to do is to sleep with them. I love sleeping with crystals. You can sleep with them under your pillow. I sleep with this rose quartz under my pillow every night. Some people like to put them under their mattress. The idea is that you're sleeping with love. You're sleeping in love. You're surrounded by love. Okay. And it, again, could be romantic love, but it could be any type of love, right? It's the energy of these crystals is so loving and nurturing, which is the energy of that wa, of that part of the house. This is the nurturing, loving energy that you want to bring in. Okay, clear? Yep. Okay. Paired objects. So if you want to be in a relationship, you need to be telling your subconscious this, and seeing things in pairs everywhere, all over your house will assist you with that. So have objects in pairs whenever possible. candles, one lonely candle is not a great thing to put in your relationship corner. Put two. Preferably more or less the same, right? 2 figurines. Greta showed me that she has in her bedroom 2 cute little bear figurines, right? 2 crystals, right? 2 rose quartz crystals. I sleep with 2 rose quartz crystals. This one is a more yang masculine shape. It's kind of phallic. And this one to me is a more yin shape. So I've got the masculine and the feminine. Okay. Mandarin ducks. This is a very traditional Feng Shui remedy for bringing in love and romance because they mate for life. So you can find in some Chinese shops pairs of Mandarin ducks, and make sure you get a male and a female. And you can place that on a red cloth in your relationship area to bring that in. There is a school of thought that if this doesn't have meaning for you, because this is a very Chinese, it's in the Chinese culture. If it doesn't resonate with you, then probably it's not a great thing to do, because the cures that you do should resonate with you. However, I happen to think, I had a beautiful piece of artwork of 2 Mandarin ducks. I loved it. But I spent a lot of time in Asia, so to me, it made sense. And the other thing is to make a place at your table for your dream partner. Make room, make a place at your table. For a long time, I had 1 wine glass. It was really nice wine glass, but I was like, I need 2, matching. Are your plates mismatched? Not so great. So make sure that you have 2 of everything, and make sure that you can easily fit 2 people at the table. You can, even when you sit down, if you live alone and you're sitting down to dinner or whatever, you can visualize. You could even go so far as to set a place if you wanted to, maybe in some kind of a ritual. Visualize your partner sitting down at that table with you comfortably, right? Pull out the table, give them room, make room in your home. Maybe you can clear out a drawer, make some space in the bathroom, right? Your partner needs to have room to come in, so make room. Get 2 sets of towels, right? So that they have something. Maybe they have their own, I don't know, their own toothbrush and mug or something. Have that ready for them so that they feel welcome. You want to create a welcoming place for the partner that you want to bring in. Is that clear?
I think that's a really good point. And I think if you think about when you come visit someone, if they put out towels for you, if they made your room ready, if they made space for you in the bathroom, you feel so welcome. Like imagine going to a hotel room, and the great thing about hotel rooms is that there's no clutter. So you can have that space for your own stuff. And there is enough space for your things. So it's the same kind of line of thinking. It's that creating that feeling of welcome.
Absolutely. And I would also extend this to, if the type of relationships that you're trying to bring in are friendships, make a space where your friends are welcome. Is your home welcoming to the friends you're trying to bring in, or is it a hostile territory? If you want to have this community of friends and stuff, is your home a place where they could come in and feel welcome, or that they're intruding? Right? If it's not nice to go into some place and feel like you're an intruder, or that there's no place to sit, there's nothing worse than go, let me move these things off the chair so that you have a place to sit. Make sure that there is space. Even if you live in a small space, you can still do this. One of the things, when I go to visit someone's home and there isn't a hand towel, for guests, like, where am I supposed to wipe my hands after I wash them? On your personal bath towel? It makes me feel unwanted. But if I see like a guest towel or a hand towel or something, that means like, oh yes, people are welcome here. It's really important. Really, really important. Okay, so scent. One of my favorite things. I have a Taurus moon. I love scent. So how does your home smell? Really? Be honest. Sometimes we don't realize everybody's home has a smell. Does it smell stale and musty? Do you have a lot of pets, and does it smell like pets? Oh God, I remember visiting my ex-boyfriend's parents' home, and it just stank of dogs. Does it smell like chemical air fresheners that really chemically smell, or like old food? But none of this is appealing to anyone, nor is it romantic. So, really, how does your home smell? Open a window once in a while, make sure that the air gets to circulate, even in winter, sometimes, well, depending on the climate where you live. But here in Spain, people like to open their windows at least once a day. Essential oils, natural, real essential oils, not chemical, and good quality incense and candles with essential oils can make a huge difference. Now, you might be allergic to some things, but I would say the more natural something is, the less likely you are to be allergic to them. Of course, rose oil. I mean, what can I say? Rose oil has, number one, the highest vibration of any plant, and it really does open your heart. A friend of mine once gave me a vial of rose oil that had been made by the Sufis and prayed over, and it was incredible. It would just clear me, and my heart would just open. Sometimes I would give it to clients, especially if they were doing like inner child work or working with trauma or lack of self-love, because they needed it. Jasmine is also really good, and it's a aphrodisiac. Patchouli is a major aphrodisiac, especially like if it's combined with things too. Yang Yang, or Yang, I can never pronounce this. Yang Yang is also very good for love and romance, and sandalwood. Vanilla can be as well. I didn't put that there, but yeah. But these are kind of and you can blend these. You can make a blend. You can put them in an oil burner. Make sure though that you get good quality, and that it's not artificial. It's a good investment. Yeah. So essential oils, and there's a line of products in the US. I haven't seen it here. It was like a tantra thing. They had like all these massage oils and stuff that combined all of these scents in it, and they just smelled heavenly. Oh my God. Very sensual. These are all very sensual and romantic. But I would say that if you're working on self-love, the rose oil is really very, very powerful to heal any kinds of wounds with that. Yeah. Okay. So here's some Feng Shui essentials in the bedroom. So a headboard is really important. Having a solid headboard too. The idea is that you have support. It's giving you support. And it's making you feel safe and secure. If you feel this way, your sex drive will be better, because you will feel better. You will have more energy. You won't be, because you don't feel sexy if you feel insecure. And it might sound like, oh, what? How's a headboard going to make me? It does. Having that solid thing behind you, okay. And also a wall, like a solid wall behind you. There's this trend in interior design that I've been seeing that horrifies me, and they're in these like really expensive luxury villas here. It's like they have like empty space behind the bed, like the bed is like sort of in the middle of the room, and there's like a staircase coming up behind the bed to enter the bedroom or something like that. Horrible, horrible. You want to feel supported. So have a solid headboard that is attached to the bed, not just to the wall. Okay. Color. super important. So traditionally to invoke love and romance, there's the color pink. You can also in your bedroom have soft earth and neutral tones. This is very good for sleep. Okay. And you could get a pinkish earthy tone like Greg has in her bedroom. After I said, you need pink bedding. Red is a color of passion. So you can have some red, but I do not suggest an all red bedroom unless you want a new career in prostitution or something. Maybe you do. Okay. But if you're going to use red, combine it with white, because red and white make pink. So if you had a lot of like white bedding, but then had red accents all over it, or just not like red, everywhere. That's just too much. Like I wouldn't paint the wall red. Okay. It would also be very, very hard to sleep because that's fire energy and it's very yang and it would be very disruptive. Okay. But if you have like a sex room in your house that's for just love and passion or whatever, hey, whatever you need. And of course there's peach if you need peach blossom luck, but again, just remember to paint it to pink or neutral tone or something once you have met your partner. Make sure that there's room on both sides of the bed so that you and your partner can access the bed easily. Okay. Make sure there are no sharp edges pointing towards you while you sleep. And also, I didn't write this, but overhead beams are not good. Okay, so avoid having beams over your head, anything pointy, okay? That's not conducive to sleep or romance or anything. So nothing sharp. Suitable art, romantic couples, images of love, mandarin ducks, peonies, orchids, okay? Art in pinks, maybe peaches, flowers, okay? Make sure your art is suitable. Now, this is getting to what Tasneem, I think, was talking about before about placing the bed. So this is super important. This is a Feng Shui basic. So it's not just about love and romance, but we're talking about bedrooms and so on. So I can't not talk about this. So where you place your bed is vitally important to your health and your well-being, okay? The ones that are checked, the one that's checked is good bed placement. So the main idea with the command position is that you want to be able to see the door from the bed without being in direct line with it. Okay, that's really all it is. Can you see the door, but are you not in direct line? So bed number 2, you can see the doorway is right there. So you're in the line of fire there. Any energies are coming at you. It's like being shot at, and you would probably feel, without even realizing it, very exposed, very vulnerable. It's not a good place to be. Bed number 3 is on, what is there? That's supposed to be, I think, the kitchen. So this bed has like the kitchen stove and everything on the other side. That's not good either. It's not good for your health. It can cause a lot of problems. Bed number 4, you can see the doorway in the top right, I think, is right there. And that's really bad. This can cause health problems and also just feeling insecure and unsafe. Because the thing with Feng Shui, it's about being safe too, right? Safety and security, so that you can survive and procreate. That's what it comes down to. So bed number 1, you can see anything coming at you that's trying to kill you. That's why the mafia bosses always sit in the corner where they can see the doorway, right? But not in the line of fire. Bed 4, Bed 5 is behind the door. This is not good. Sometimes there's no other place to put the bed. Okay, so with like bed number 5 in particular, I would, the standard cure for this type of situation is to put a mirror on the opposite wall so that it reflects the door, so that you could see anybody coming in, okay? And bed 6, this is terrible, as if you have a toilet behind you. Like, just no, find a way. I have a client who had that situation, and she was somebody with a lot of health problems, as well as problems with sleep. And I told her that she had to get a huge, thick pad, because there was no other place to put the bed. A huge, thick padded headboard, and do a lot of protection behind it and so on. But it was not a great positioning of the bed. Okay, so is this clear? Does this answer your question, Tasneem?
I have bedroom 6.
You have bedroom 6.
And the door is just behind the Red Cross.
Can you move the bed?
No.
No.
Not very easily. Not very easily.
Can you?
It's very difficult. Yeah. I don't see how, actually.
Okay, but can you? Because if you could move it to the opposite wall.
There's the windows.
Oh, that's not great either.
No.
You have a very thick, sturdy headboard.
Yeah, of course, I don't have any headboard.
Okay, get that.
Yeah.
Get a very thick headboard. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
Yep. I just had to comment.
Any other questions? Oh no, I'm glad you did. Any other questions on this?
Anna, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
So what if the furniture is fixed and so you can't move the bed? So I'm a bit like the door is on the right side of the room, and the bed is, as you open the door, it's behind the bed. And then I've got cupboards above me and cupboards all across, and then a window to the left. So it's difficult to change anything. I don't have a headboard, I have big cushions. So maybe I should get a headboard. So that was one point. And the second is, so what if the first point being the furniture being fixed? The second point is mirrors. Now, spiritually, I was told don't put a mirror in your bedroom.
You should not be able to see yourself in your bed, okay? However, okay, if you can position the mirror so that you can see the door.
Right.
Not yourself, but the door.
Okay.
Okay, then that's okay. This is in this school of Feng Shui. There are different schools, but from what I learned, put it because you want to be able to see anybody that's coming in.
Because normally you cover the mirror when you do spiritual things.
But this is so that you are not vulnerable. Okay, so that you are in the command, you are in command. Because otherwise you can't, right? If you're in your bed, can you see if anybody's coming in through the door? Do you have advanced notice?
Well, if they come in, I can see them as they're coming in. Because the beds, I can see them. Yeah, I can.
But when can you see them? Once they're in the room?
And they're in the room, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the mirror doesn't have to be big, but big enough so that you can see what's coming, like a rear view mirror, in a car, right? You want to be able to,
a little mirror like that. Okay.
Yeah, as long as you can see, okay, that you have advance warning. Yeah, yeah.
And then the other things, I have pictures of my parents in my room that has to go, and I have something spiritual in my room that has to go as well, I think. But the crystals can stay. So thank you.
Yeah. What is the thing that you have? What is the spiritual thing that you have?
I have the knowledge book in my room, very prominent place. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I would put that in the knowledge corner of the house or room. Yeah.
It's a spiritual book. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of spiritual people like to have spiritual things in their bedroom. And that's okay if that's your relationship.
Yeah.
I mean, really, if this is like if you're looking for romance, right? But if your main relationship is with yourself and you're not looking for love, and maybe you have deep relationships with your spirit guides and so forth, that's one thing. But we're talking about what's sexy.
Yeah. got it. Well, the good news is I've got peach blossom. No, cherry blossom, not peach. Cherry blossom on my bed. It's the
Oh,
bedding.
lovely. Oh, that's lovely.
Doing something right.
Perfect. Beautiful. That's perfect, really. Okay, let me go to the next slide. Okay, TV in the bedroom. No. Stop it. I hate this. Why do people do this? Okay, number one, too much yang energy. Okay, in the yin yang theory. EMFs, electromagnetic frequencies, they interfere with your health, with your sleep. You don't want things that have that kind of radiation or whatever. It's, you know, you don't want to be sleeping with that. Okay. Okay. Preferably no electronics. Now that's becoming harder and harder to do in the bedroom. You know, everybody's got their phone or whatever, but I know people, back in the day, I used to put my phone in the kitchen when I went to bed. I didn't want to have any kind of electronics. And I had an old school alarm clock that would wake me up.
Question.
Yes.
I'm a good girl for putting my phone in the next room when I sleep. But I have a question about TV. I don't have a TV in my room, but on the other side of the wall from my headboard for the bed, there's a TV. Does that matter?
Yes. Yes. I would strongly suggest getting some orgonite and some shungite.
Okay.
Okay. And placing it, if you can place it behind the headboard or above the headboard, or also around the television itself.
Okay.
Yeah, because that might be giving you headaches.
Well,
Yeah.
it's never on when I'm in bed because, you know.
But it's still giving off. Yeah.
Okay.
There's also a company in Australia, this amazing guy called Gerard Binney, and Orgon, what's it called? Orgon Essentials. It's a plug-in device. I had one in New York. I had it, and it was you can get it made for different types of plugs. You just say what country you're in, and you plug it in, and it neutralizes all the EMFs in the whole house. It's quite amazing.
I also just got this from my friend.
What's that?
It's anti-radiation thing. I could probably put that.
Yeah,
you know.
definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Yeah.
Oh, and do we need another break? We have.
So from a health point of view, a TV in the bedroom is really. Oh yeah, what time is it? I can't see the time. Okay. Yeah. You want to take another quick one, like 5 minutes?
I'm okay. I want to ask our participants. Do you guys need a break?
Actually, I'm okay because I'm going to have to go a little early, so I prefer to carry on if that's okay. I don't know about the others. Thank you.
Victoria?
It's okay to continue for me. You were asked to bring the drawings of our houses. Is there any time to look at this?
Yes.
Or yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll have time.
Yeah.
Marilyn?
You good? Okay, let me just finish this up.
Okay.
So yeah, the other reason for no TV is how are you going to have intimate conversations and connections with your partner if there's a TV there? It's just not conducive to it. It distracts you, right? And oftentimes if it's across from a bed, it can reflect, it could be like a mirror, right? So that could disrupt your sleep. So no to TV in the bedroom. Boo. Okay, other tips. The bedroom is no place for work, right? It's stressful. It's not conducive to love and romance. It's not conducive to sleep. So get rid of anything that reminds you of work. Put it somewhere else, okay? If you have to have an office or something in your bedroom for whatever reason, cover it up at night so that you don't see anything, okay? Also, what is in your bedside table? All right. Really be aware of it. Make sure it's not cluttered. And I know someone who kept a collection of knives there. His wife was horrified. She's like, let me show you what he keeps in his nightstand. I was like, are you kidding me? She goes, yeah, this is bad. I was like, yeah. Don't do that. Get rid of photos of other people in the bedroom, unless you're an exhibitionist. If you like having people looking at you, hey, do your thing. As we said before, no mirrors facing your bed. Avoid, if at all possible, having additional rooms off your bedroom, like a study or a sitting area. And ensuite bathrooms are not considered good feng shui, but I mean, sometimes there's nothing you can do about that. If there is an ensuite bathroom, make sure the door is kept closed, okay? If it's possible to have a different room for the bedroom, fine, but at the very least, close the door. And if you have a door there to another room, put a mirror on it to make it disappear. And avoid doors to the outdoors in the bedroom, okay? Because that's just letting the chi out, and that's also allowing other people to come in and out. You know, it's not conducive to that, right? That's why when I was feng shuiing Grethe's place, she originally wanted the bedroom in the lower right-hand corner, and there was a door to the outside. And it was just, I was like, why would you want to sleep in this room when you could be sleeping in your love and romance corner? And now she sleeps like a baby.
She was so strict with me. I'm gonna tell you, she was so strict, and I love her for it.
And a few more tips. Peonies. I love peonies. Place a vase of peonies in your romance corner, or just in your bedroom. But I like the number 3. That's really nice. I used to have some fake ones because it's hard to get fresh peonies. If your bed is at the end of a long hallway or corridor, or is lined up with the front door, that's too much chi coming at you. Okay, this can interfere with sleep and health and romance. So in this case, you would hang a crystal, okay, to diffuse the energy. Also, that was a case in Grethe's house too, wasn't that? Yep. Candles, use candles. Candles are wonderful. Lighting is really important in general. You want soft lighting. Candles are wonderful, and especially, of course, in pairs. And if you can get pink candles in pairs, then it's fabulous. And put a pink light bulb in your bedroom lamps. They don't seem to have them here in Spain, unfortunately, but that is wonderful. And it also makes you look fabulous. It's great for your complexion. You know, avoid like overhead lights, you know, turned on. That's usually very harsh. You want to have like low, relaxing lighting that and romantic lighting. And finally, the most important relationship of all, right? This is always with yourself. If you're looking for love, you have to fall in love with yourself first. This is something, the year that I started to study Feng Shui was the year of an extremely painful breakup that I had. And that was the year I learned how to romance myself. I would make myself romantic dinners with candlelight. I set the table for myself, cloth napkins, nice wine glasses, candles. I gave myself baths. I took myself out. I learned to say no to things and to set boundaries. I celebrated the times when I was alone. Okay, if I had to be alone at a holiday, I celebrated it. I took myself out for dates. I bought myself flowers. So the idea is like you treat yourself the way you would want your partner to treat you, because then you're in that energy. And yes, so thank you so much for being here and for taking this loving time for yourself. And if you would like to work more with me through Feng Shui or shamanic healing or both, you can contact me by phone or email. There's my link tree, and you can have a free 30-minute discovery call where we can talk about what you are hoping to manifest and how I can help you with that. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Anna. That was wonderful. I'm going to let your information stay up a little bit. Actually, why don't you put it in the chat as well? So we have two things left. One is questions, and the other is the energy healing part. So I'm wondering, because we had planned to do the clearing first and then do the questions. But I'm wondering if we should start with questions because they're fresh on people's minds.
Yeah, I think that that makes more sense.
Yeah.
I know we
Okay.
answered some of the questions already, but yeah.
Yeah.
So people have.
Okay. So then I'm going to open up for questions. Who wants to go first? And I have Victoria's floor plans. And Tasneem, if you want to send me a floor plan or if you can share it somewhere yourself, if you need to, you can. But did anyone have any questions? Otherwise, I have some. Marilyn, you're muted, so let's get you unmuted.
I was wondering, when there's a bed, the headboard next to a kitchen sink or stove or toilet or that sort of thing, can you put a mirror between the headboard and the wall? Does that do anything, or is that ridiculous?
So it would be on the, like behind you, like the wall
Yeah.
behind you,
Uh-huh.
be a kitchen wall or something.
Right.
I don't like the idea of having a mirror behind your head.
Okay.
It doesn't feel good to me.
Okay. Thank you. I've wondered about that. So
Yeah.
Thank you.
Because mirrors are just too strong. I would say a very thick headboard, okay?
Right.
And maybe behind the headboard, put a red cloth, okay? It doesn't have to be visible, okay? But behind the headboard, putting a red cloth, okay? Because the color red, the color red, you know, in Feng Shui is very protective. So if you got like a piece of red felt or something and use that as a backing for the headboard, that would be good. Or even like if you had a red like wall hanging coming down and putting that behind the bed, that would be very protective.
Good, thank you.
Good question. Any others?
I can ask a question.
Okay.
So in my office, I have the door coming into the office and then I have a door to the outside. So how do I orient the Bagua?
Well, the door, the main door that I think we had even talked about this when we were doing a thing. It's the main door that you use. Because I remember that there was like a little bit of a question about the one that you use the most. Yeah. Which would probably be
the indoor one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's what I feel is your main door too.
Yeah.
The other one feels sort of like it's not used that much, is it?
The only one who uses it is the cat.
Okay.
So no, it's not used very much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the door is where? In what gua?
If it's in the
outside.
Sorry, what was that?
Oh, I said the door to the outside, which gua is it in?
So if my inside door is the main door, then the door to the outside is in love and marriage.
Okay.
And the door coming in is helpful people and travel.
Okay, which is a great for an office, right? For a business, because that means people are coming in. But that also means that they could be going out because you got the door right behind it, right? There's like a, yeah.
But that door is covered with curtains like what you see behind me.
Okay.
So it's completely, because it's a glass door. So I've got curtains like this.
Okay, that's helpful. And that wind chime, is that in front of the door there?
There's a window there.
There's a window. Okay, but the door is further to
Yeah, the
your
door is not behind me. The door is over there. So to the outside and coming into the, so the
Okay.
command position is actually perfect right here.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So you can see both ways.
I
Yeah.
can. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I had a questions about cleansing your crystals.
Mhm.
So I have this pretty big selenite plate.
Okay.
Is it okay to put them on that?
Selenite, yes, it is one of those that can cleanse. However, a lot of people say that you don't have to clean selenite. I disagree. I think that you should clean it periodically, at the very least by putting it out in the sun and charging it. And
sure it
while
doesn't rain.
selenite can melt exactly, it can melt in the rain. However, you can rinse it. Okay, I mean, you could put it under the faucet for a couple minutes. It's not going to dissolve in 2 seconds. So
Okay.
rinsing it is fine under like cold running water for like a minute is fine. You just don't want to soak it in anything. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So a lot of people say you never have to clean selenite, but I disagree. I think you have to clean all crystals or charge them in some way. Yeah. And yes, you can use it to help clear other crystals, but not if it's old and dirty, or dusty. Yeah.
Oh, so you have to make sure it's not dusty. Yeah. Need to check that. Okay. Any other questions? Are y'all clear now? No.
Victoria, what do you need?
The presentation you had, is it possible to get this pictures?
Wait, sorry, what I missed that.
Your presentation, is it possible to get it on email?
No?
No?
Yeah, I think I could do that for you.
We could.
I don't remember all the areas and so yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. So
Yeah.
I have been trying to draw out the mapping of my house, but I don't remember the corners and what.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why we had said to
But I know Grethe told me
prepare
that,
it before, 'cause
hello,
it takes
you
a-
have to move your
it can be a project.
clock.
So yeah, send me your email and I'll
Well,
send
yeah,
me and I'll email it to you.
I have a big clock standing in my love relationship area, which it's not working.
Oh, you know what you have to do with that. Number one,
I
take it
told
out.
her. I said,
Bedroom 6 with a lot of family pictures in my bedroom, and
So you just need to get rid of stuff.
I don't have my parents, but I have my kids and my grandparents and my grandparents.
Oh, wow. Yeah, there's a much better place in your home for those pictures.
Probably.
Yes, the family and ancestors area. Family and ancestors.
And where's that?
It's if you're looking at the tic-tac-toe grid, right? It's the middle left.
Okay, in the kitchen. Doesn't no.
Or
me-
it could be the living room, in the living room, that part of the living room.
well, it's actually here.
Yeah.
Doesn't work.
But you can do it in that part of like the living room.
Yeah, but it doesn't work.
Oh. Or in
No.
another room, dining room. Put it in the dining room.
I don't have a dining room. It's the living room.
Put it in the living room.
So it doesn't work.
Marilyn.
I had just had to put it in a drawer, maybe.
No.
Marilyn, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I was thinking maybe she
If you
could
put,
put them, if you put them in the helpful people area, if that, whatever that is,
yeah.
because they're family and they certainly can help
Yeah.
you, dead or alive, they can help you if you
Yeah.
like them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
if you like them, that's the
I
thing.
don't know. Some
Well,
of
if
them I
they
never
like you.
met.
If you don't like them,
old pictures. Parents are my grandparents. So.
Okay.
yeah, that's a really, Marilyn, that's a really good, yeah, helpful people.
Helpful people. That was on the right, middle right,
Bottom right, bottom right.
bottom right.
Mhm.
Okay, that's my entrance area.
Okay,
A hallway. Yeah.
yeah, see there.
Yeah, you're inviting them in.
Mhm.
If you want to invite them in, this is
Yeah.
Right, yeah. If
It's
you
a
have
big-
that kind of if they're on the wall, they got to be good people.
I hope so. I hope so.
I was wondering whether Tasneem got all her questions answered.
Yes, thank you.
You did?
Yeah, I did. Thank you.
Good.
Great.
Okay. I had a quite a random question because you said the different scents and so on. You said sandalwood, and I cannot stand the scent of sandalwood. Does that mean anything?
No, it means you don't like sandalwood. So
Okay.
please don't use it. You should never use this. Here's the thing. Don't use something just because, oh, it's recommended. If you don't like it, it's not going to work.
It's like
You have to like it. Like
I'm
with mandarin
manifesting
nuts.
love.
You if you can't stand looking at Chinese knickknacks or whatever, and don't put them in your house. Don't put anything that is not gonna make you feel good, right? Or don't smell anything that's not gonna make you feel good. So
Okay.
yeah, you don't have to do it just because it's a remedy.
Okay, so here's my last question. If I only have 10 minutes to do something to attract love into my life, what do I do?
Go in your bedroom into the love and romance corner and put a pair of something there. Pair of candles, pair of figurines, pair of rose quartz, something like that, with intention. With intention. Yep.
Okay.
That's what I would do.
So that's the first thing. All right. So Victoria, throw all the pictures out of all the old people.
Yeah.
Then put 2 things in your love and relationships corner in your bedroom.
Right now there is an old children's chair with old dolls and bears, little bears sitting in that chair.
Girl, you need help. Okay.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad you're here. Okay.
So maybe the easiest thing is to move and find me a flat that's more suited for redecoration.
Well, that's what like all the old Chinese feng shui practitioners, the real traditional ones, they always tell you to just move.
Yeah.
No, you gotta move.
Uh,
But
Are
you
there
can
any-
never find a perfect feng shui place, even if you build it from scratch. You can't
No.
get a perfect place.
Probably difficult.
That's
yeah.
a really good point. Like
Unless
yeah,
you
you do the
build
best
it with the Feng Shui thoughts from the start.
but even then, yeah, like the
Yeah.
land might have something weird on
Yeah.
it, right? There could be something. Yeah, you would have to. I mean, you could, hire somebody to come and diagnose the land, and if you can invest all that time and money, yes, maybe you can create the perfect feng shui place, but it would be an undertaking.
Yeah.
But if it was already perfect, where's
But
all
you
the
can
fun
do
and all the
things.
cures and things?
Exactly. You can do things. Yeah.
Okay. If you don't have any other questions, I'm going to get ready to do the group energy healing to clear anything blocking us from manifesting the goals we set and from bringing all that wonderful love into our lives. Yeah. So I'm going to pin myself. There we go. So I'm going to just first going to ask you if you are all okay with me connecting it with your energy and including you in the group energy healing. And I'm seeing nods, and I'm assuming that Tasneem also agrees. And if not, let me know.
I do.
I'm also intending that anyone who watches this video in the future and who agrees is going to be included in this group energy healing, with the intention to clear anything blocking us from living our dream relationship in any form, whatever it is that we are intending to manifest. And also anything blocking us from seeing our Feng Shui cures or Feng Shui adjustments be effective. All right, so I'm going to mute anyone except me. Feel free to write in the chat or unmute yourself and speak up if there is anything you would like to add. So, my name is Greta. My name is the group. Yes. So I'm going to start with emotion code. Is there anything in emotion code that we can release to help with this goal? Yes. And I'm going to think especially of stuff from old relationships, whatever these relationships are. So what can we clear from old relationships that will help us? Depression. So when any in the emotion, just acknowledge whatever comes up for you. And then to clear it, I'm using a magnet. You can use a magnet or your hand, swiping from your third eye to the back of your neck 3 times to release this trapped emotion of depression. Released? Yes. Anything else? Yes. Crying. And we can release this trapped emotion of crying. Was it released? Yes. Anything else? No. Anything else from the emotion code to release for this? Yes. Confusion. What to do with my bed? All right, just acknowledge whatever comes up. And release. 3 swipes to release this trapped emotional confusion. Good. Panic. Let's release this trapped emotion of panic. Is it released? Yeah. More, yes. No, let's see, frustration. Frustration. Let's release this trapped emotion of frustration. My cat just came in and he enjoys being here when I do healing. So I guess he's like, yeah, it's my time now to come in and enjoy. More, yes. Indecisiveness. Let's release this trapped emotion of indecisiveness. Good. Humiliation. And let's release this trapped emotion of humiliation. Released, yes. More, yes. Creative insecurity. And let's release creative insecurity. Good. Anything else? Yes. Depression. Releasing depression. Released, yes. Now I want to look at the body code. And I want to see if there's anything there we can release. So I'm going to ask, are there any cords that we can release? Yes. So energetic cords. Let me have a look. Cords are inherently negative direct connections between two people. Cords can cause people to become irritated with each other, to create codependency in the relationship, and or be overwhelmingly vulnerable to the negative energy of one another. Cord is a lower vibrational type connection, and even cords that are created with good intentions can become harmful. All cords should be removed, and instead you can set the intention to facilitate a balanced and pure energy exchange with the others. So, are there any cords that we can release to help with our goal? Yes. With emotion code? Yes. So, what emotions can we release to completely dissolve these cords? Dread. So let's release this trapped emotion of dread. Released? Yes. More yes. Discouragement. Discouragement. And we can release. Releasing this trapped emotion of discouragement. Released? Yes. More? Yes. Anger. So let's release this trapped emotion of anger. Good. More. Crying. Releasing crying. And that's released. Good. Dread. Let's release the trapped emotion of dread. Good. Humiliation. Releasing the trapped emotion of humiliation. Another crying. Releasing the trapped emotion of crying. Good. Inherited defensiveness. So because it's inherited, it's going to take 10 swipes. So 10 swipes to release this trapped emotion of defensiveness from all past, present, and future generations. Is it released? Yes. Some more anger. Let's release this trapped emotion of anger. So we're going to ask the violet flame to come in and help us completely release these cords, help us make them completely dissolve and heal the attachment places of anyone involved. So it's as if these cords were never here. Swiping 3 times with that intention. Thanking the violet flame for assisting us. Yes. Are there any memory fields? Associated imbalances, emotions? Yes. So a memory field is, it's like a cloud of negative energy containing memories that are painful or negative or hurtful. And sometimes a memory field can kind of be in front of you so that you keep thinking of it all the time, and kind of following you like this angry rain cloud in front of you. So do we have memory fields? Can we release them? Associated imbalances? Yes. So we're going to release some emotions to release these memory fields. Discouragement. So let's release this trapped emotion of discouragement. Released? Yes. More? Blaming. Trapped emotion of blaming. Let's release. Released? Yes. More? Jealousy. Let's release this trapped emotion of jealousy. Released? Yes. Good. More? Terror. Feeling terrified. Did you get it, Victoria? Not if you got it. Intense, sharp, overwhelming fear, extreme fright, alarm. She felt terror when she realized she was about to crash her car. Okay, now let's release this trapped emotion of terror. Is it released? Yes. More? No. Can we completely release these memory fields? Yes. So we're going to swipe 3 times to completely dissolve these memory fields. Released, dissolved. Yes. All right, now I want to check for spells and curses. Are there any spells or curses? Yes. So can we release some? Yes. I'm going to do body code for that. So what in the body code can we release to help the group release spells and curses? Entity. Now let's release these entities. I'm going to swipe a few extra times. Released, yes. I have this psychic protection spray. I'm just gonna, for good measure. And the one you had me make, Anna, is actually really great. I love it. This is another one, but yeah. Okay. Is that entity released? All the entities released? Yes. Still body code? Yes. It's a no will to energy, and it's a no will to work or put in effort. A no will to work or put in effort. And this energy can be from any time in your life. And it can be from, you know, an instance or a longer period, but that energy got stuck. No will to work or put in effort. Get rid of that big clock. So let's release this no will to energy. Was it released? Yes. Okay, so what's coming up now is the anterior neck muscle. So neck muscle. Do we need to know which one? No. All right, is there an associated imbalance? Yes. It's the trapped emotion of longing. So let's release the trapped emotion of longing. Released, yes. And defensiveness. It's right here. So let's release this trapped emotion of defensiveness. And I'm kind of seeing longing, looking for what you want, right? Moving your head. And then defensiveness. If you're not in power position, it's like, So that's what I'm kind of sensing. So let's release. So we're going to reset and rebalance the anterior neck muscle, 3 swipes. Is that done? Yes. So now we're going to release all the spells and curses. So swipe until you feel done. Released? Yes. Okay. I just want to remind everyone of 3 statements, 3 I am statements that are really, really important and vital. That, I don't know, maybe meditate on or write on sticky notes on your bathroom mirror or whatever, but it's, I love myself. I'm enough. And I'm worthy. Not believing these 3 or believing the opposites create a lot of trouble for many people, especially the I'm not enough, but I love myself, I'm enough, and I'm worthy. If you have these 3 in your core, that's a really good foundation for any relationship. So I love myself, I'm enough, and I'm worthy. So that's what I want to leave you with. Now, we have a couple minutes. I just want to check in and see how everybody are doing, if there are any questions, any comments, any concerns, anything you'd like to share. You can just jump in and Marilyn. And you're muted. Let me see if we can get you unmuted.
I said it before, but this is absolutely amazing. I mean, she covered so many things and put it together. And I have heard a lot of lectures on romance and the far right corner and, you know, the toucan. She took it like way past what I've heard before. And I have been doing this stuff for years. She is fabulous. I really, this thing should go out all over. It was really, really, really great.
Coming from you, that's such an honor, because I met Marilyn at the in a Feng Shui meeting, and she was the first person who ever told me that she believed in me. And I just deeply,
You are wonderful.
I'm so delighted to hear. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, I took notes like crazy. I mean, it was really great. Really great.
I mean, coming from you, this is such an honor, because you are a pro, and so thank you.
You're welcome. Well deserved.
I couldn't agree more. Yeah, thanks, Marilyn. Anyone
Well,
else?
Just wanted to say thank you to both of you. I learned a lot, left me with a few things to ponder on about my own spaces. There's work to be done, so thank you. But I'm so sorry, I'm going to have to leave now because I'm going into another healing session. So thank you so much. It was amazing.
Thank you for your presence, Tasneem.
Bless
And
you.
if you have any further questions, let me know. Okay.
Thank you. And if it's possible to send me the slides of both the presentations, I'll be really grateful as well.
Sure. Send me
Thank
your email. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Greta has got my
Greta
email.
will give
Yeah,
it to you.
I got it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Thank you for being here.
All right. Do you want to say anything, Victoria, or are you ready to go to bed?
Well, yeah.
Ready to move.
Thanks, but no, thanks, but no thanks. I didn't like this at all.
Do you need me to?
Much work. I don't. Yeah. I have things to do, but I don't quite see how I'm going to get there. Yeah.
Well, I can help you with that.
Yeah, well, you come and move the things around.
That's gonna have to be me.
Yeah.
So I'll come over.
Or
Well-
find ways.
We'll get Anna on Zoom and then we'll move things around.
Exactly. Exactly.
We'll see. Yeah, I have to think. I have a lot to think about. Yeah,
Good.
Yeah.
It's good.
absolutely.
Because that's the first step, is that you're thinking about it.
Yeah,
That's moving the energy already.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, you've already taken a step. You've already started the process.
yeah.
So it'll be really interesting to see.
Yeah.
And you can start with small things. You can start
Yeah.
with small things.
The
what-
bedroom is the worst thing to, well, the most difficult thing to
Well,
move around. Yeah,
okay, so instead of moving things around, start with just getting rid of things.
yeah.
Take that first step. Take that first step. That's that's very doable.
But the head, like into the bathroom, yeah, we'll
One
see.
thing at a time. One thing at a time.
Mhm.
Do is take the first step is to do something. So the
Yeah.
easiest thing that you could start with is to get rid of stuff. Okay.
Move
Get
the
rid-
pictures out. Yeah.
Especially if you don't like them.
But I have, when I wake up in the morning, I see right to a picture I have taken myself of a peach pink rose.
That's fabulous. That's fabulous.
And you froze.
And you froze like that.
Yeah.
I wanna honor everyone's time. So I think we're
You're
gonna,
still.
huh? Yeah. You froze both in picture and word, my dear Victoria. But to honor everyone's time, I'm gonna say thank you. We're gonna get the recording available to you. I won't be able to do it tomorrow, but very soon. Anna and I will also talk about how to get the slides available. So yeah, so that
Not tonight,
you'll
but
not tonight, but very soon. Yeah. So thank you so much for joining and for your presence and for everyone's contributions. And thank you, Anna, for your amazing knowledge and how you share it.
thank you
Thank you.
Thank you, Marilyn.
for your role, which was so important. So, and thank you to everyone for contributing their energy.
Absolutely. All right. See you soon.
Mwah. Love you all.
Bye. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.